Hey, good morning. Welcome back to Layden's Hollow. This is the war that I've been on for the last, ever since I planted my squash garden. I did a video on that. I'll put it at one of the end screens on this video. When I planted my herb garden, the next day I came down in the morning and there were thousands and thousands and thousands of cucumber beetles. Never had them before. No idea where they came from. Nothing. When I came down to my garden that morning, half the plants were just about eaten completely. So I've been at war ever since. Now I pretty much got them under control now. I'm going to show you my garden first. I'm going to show you guys my gardens. This is my herb garden. See, the sun is blasting on us down here today, so it's a sunny day. It's already at 6 a.m. in the morning, and it is sweltering hot out here already. So yeah, I'm going to take my camera off. Yeah, the morning that we came down, I actually, after we picked all the beetles off, got as many off as we could, went around, we spent probably 3 hours picking beetles, crushing them, trying to make sure there was none there, and then we put roll cover on all of our plants for about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. We had roll covers covering everything. The beetles did manage to get underneath the roll cover, but not many. But the thing is my plants are starting to flower, and I can't leave roll covers on, so I had to take that off. Now, this is the first time I've been down here this morning, so it looks pretty good down here now. There's still a few flying around. You probably can't see them on the video, but I just seen like 4 or 5, and there's another one there. I always spend a lot of time every single morning coming down here trying to squash as many as I can, especially the mating ones, because those are the ones that are breeding, laying the eggs in the soil. Now in the mornings is usually the best time. That's the one that I really like down here. Ladybugs. They eat those things. So yeah, well, I killed 4 so far this morning down here. But now I do this walkthrough all of my garden about 20 times a day. So yeah, things seem to be growing okay. Now, which is I find really funny is because these beetles, they don't touch, like I planted a few pepper plants down here, they haven't touched them. So I guess they don't like those. Now, I did a lot of research and a lot of everything, so I did a lot of things. None of it really works. No matter what anybody says, none of it really works. I use emu oil. I planted all kinds of herbs down here in with them, the really strong basil, all kinds of stuff planted in amongst all of my plants. Didn't deter them, not in the least. You can see the basils that I have planted. Sorry if the camera's shaking. So yeah, but I think I finally got it to a point where it's almost under control. See, look, I just walked past this one. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but that's 2 right there. That's mating. Well, they ain't mating anymore. Now, the one thing that I did do, that I really didn't want to do, but I had no choice, I had to put some yellow stickies down. And I am getting quite a few cucumber beetles. Look, see, 1 just landed, 2 just landed, 3 just landed just then. So that's 3 that's done. Yeah, the only thing that really works is you have to be very vigilant on what you're doing. I come down, like I said, 20 times a day and go through all of this. I'm constantly down here because, like this squash garden, we don't eat a huge amount of squash, but this is my hog food that I will be feeding my hogs in most of the fall. like once they start growing, and like by September, I should have lots of squash. I'm open as long as I can get these beetles under control. And I did find a few squash bugs, but very few. I think I've gotten rid of maybe 10 in the last week that I found in here. But now there's probably more around. I just haven't seen them. They tend to hide a little bit better than the cucumber beetles. So yeah, see, here's another one. I spend a lot of time every day. Like, this is my war. It's going on. I'm out to kill every one of these. Now, one of the main reasons the last resort was putting these stickies down. I hated using them because I'm afraid that my pollinating and my good bugs are going to get trapped on here. But I'm looking at these stickies now, and I've had them down here for about 4 days, maybe 5 days. And I haven't seen any of the good bugs being stuck to them. So, to me, that's important. And there's a lot of cucumber beetles down here today. Now, the other thing that I've been using is my blowtorch. My little handheld blowtorch. It's the easiest and quickest way to dispense of cucumber beetles. I find it works the best. Now, the only problem with that is that it does do damage to the leaves if you hit the leaves too much. But the main reason I leave the leaves on there even after they're damaged a little bit is because those leaves are the ones that will attract the cucumber beetles. And it gives me an opportunity to get rid of them quicker, so that they'll leave alone the healthy leaves and get at these. Now, I don't leave them on there long. I don't want them multiplying because there's bad leaves. Now, I only leave them on there for like a day or two, and then I get rid of the leaves as well. Like, I take them and I usually put them in a big pile and burn them because I don't want them coming back next year. So I'm trying to make sure that I don't leave anything here. And this year, I wasn't planning on tilling this garden at all. But this year, what's going to happen is I'm going to get a big blowtorch. I know most people are going to say, yeah, but you're going to kill everything. Yeah, but I got to get rid of these cucumber beetles. That's the most important thing. I can always put the nutrients back in the ground. I need to get rid of these cucumber beetles. Because if they're flying and there was thousands and thousands of them in here, so that means they're laying eggs in this soil and I have to deal with it. So what I will do next spring is I will till the garden. I will blowtorch the garden. I'm not going to till it deep because these guys don't go down deep. I won't use a rototiller. I'll just use a small shovel or a hoe or something and just kind of mix up the top part of the soil. And I'm going to torch it, burn it, and see if I can get rid of most of the eggs that way. Because I know obviously they'll be back next year. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put, after I do the burning and all of that, I'm going to put a full layer of diatomaceous earth over the entire yard. All of this garden is going to get diatomaceous earth. So that way, once the eggs, if they do manage to survive my attack on them, then the diatomaceous earth should actually take care of a lot of them. Now, it doesn't work that great, but I'm hoping like if they're young beetles and they're crawling out of the ground, then the diatomaceous earth will hopefully take care of them then. Because, well, that morning that I came down, and I seen all these cucumber beetles. So I went around in a panic trying to save my garden. I mean, it was devastating. I thought I lost everything. So I went around, started squashing them. My wife came down, she helped. We spent hours trying to deal with all these things. We cut off all the really bad leaves. There was, well, I haven't actually lost a plant yet. There's a few that's, you know, barely surviving because they only have a couple leaves left on them. But most of them are doing okay now. But I'm still very, very attentive to this garden. I'm constantly, see, like this morning, I've already killed a bunch on these leaves over here. The only good thing about coming down early in the mornings is that you can usually get them quicker and I don't have to use my torch. But like during the day when it gets a little bit warmer and there's no moisture on the plants, it's harder to squash those little damn things. You can't get close to them, they usually fly away. But if I'm using my torch, I can get them a lot quicker. I can actually get them out of the air as well. So So yeah, let's see. I've used diatomaceous earth. I use emu oil. I know emu oil can't kill them, but what they say is it will put a layer over the leaves, and the cucumber beetles don't like to chew through it. That's not true. They didn't give a damn. I'm sorry, but it didn't work at all. And I refuse to use pesticides because I don't want pesticides on my food, because that food is going to be fed to my hogs, which in turn is going to be my food. I don't like using chemicals on anything. So I'm trying to do this as organically as I possibly can, which is pretty well. The only thing I used once was emu oil. It did nothing, so I don't use that anymore. I have tried Dawn dish soap and all the other types of things. Didn't work. Didn't do anything to these guys. They just didn't care. So the only way that, for me, that works for cucumber beetles is to be vigilant, squash them, burn them. I put the sticky pads out. I'm going to leave the sticky pads out for probably another 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. Excuse me. And hopefully, by the time the plants get bigger, the leaves get thicker and stronger, the cucumber beetles won't be able to do quite as much damage. Now, my biggest concern at the moment is the flowers, because cucumber beetles really like young flowers. Because I'm looking at one from here now, and I can see there's like 3 or 4 cucumber beetles on that flower, and I'm going to bring you guys over. Yeah, I don't think you guys are going to be able to see it from there. I can't even see the screen on the camera because of the sun shining on it. But yeah, like this is a male flower, which I don't see any females right now. See, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gotcha. So yeah, this is my day. I'm always at war with these things. I'll win. I'm a pretty stubborn guy. I don't give up. There's no way I'm letting these things destroy my garden. There's too much work gone into this thing. So yeah, the only thing I can say about cucumber beetles is they annoy me beyond annoyed. The only thing that works, in my opinion, like I'm not going to use pesticides. I know there's pesticides out there that will kill them. Blackjack powder, that stuff we can't even get that in Canada, so I would never use it anyway. I think it's too toxic. Even though they say it's an organic chemical, but most chemicals are organic. Or they're derived from natural products and stuff, but it's still not good for you. So yeah, I'm still looking around. Not too bad this morning. I think I only killed 15 or 20 of them so far this morning, which is not too bad for the amount of squash that I have in here, or squash plants, I should say. But they sure tend to like this one on the corner. I think I killed more down right here than anywhere else. Oh yeah, I'm determined. I'm going to win this war one way or another. I really hate doing that, but I got to try to save these. Now I'm going to zoom in on one of these flowers down here to show you. This is a female flower. Sorry if it's sideways, but I'm trying to get the camera in so that you guys can see what I'm talking about when it comes to the flowers. See the flower? Look at all those bugs in there. And that's a female flower. This is the torch I use. So what I'm going to do here, I may go pollinate this while I'm at it. That's how I get them out of the air. It's the only way this is the only way that I found, which is the best. I'm having a hard time down here this morning. I'm trying to film, I'm trying to get rid of these cucumber beetles all at the same time, so it becomes a little bit more difficult. And the other thing that I've been doing is the flowers that I end up picking off, like this one here this morning was a male and there was no females around it. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put this flower right beside one of the sticky pads, so that it attracts the cucumber beetles to come closer to the pads. So yeah, so I hope this will help you on your journey to eradicating cucumber beetles. Like, I was totally amazed the morning that I came down here and my plants were just covered. Like, every single plant that I had down here had at least 50, maybe even 100 cucumber beetles on them. I have no idea where they came from. I mean, last year I think I seen 3 or 4 cucumber beetles. That was it. That's all I seen, and I killed them as soon as I seen them. And I didn't have any more, so I thought I solved the problem. I figured, well, maybe they just kind of blew in on the wind, but obviously they must have made it and I didn't catch them all, because obviously they bred, because this year there was way too many. I'm actually very surprised that I've managed to save all of my plants. None of them are completely dead yet, but obviously once the cucumber beetles start destroying the plants when they were young, I mean, I only had them in here overnight, and I came down in the morning, they were all like, you know, small plants, and the cucumber beetles just about had them completely destroyed. So yeah, I'm hoping this is going to help you if you're dealing with cucumber beetles. I think the best way to deal with them is with a torch. It may not be that humane, but, you know, that's life. It deals with them, and I find it's the best way to deal with them. Now, you can't hold the flame on your plant. You can only just kind of wipe it across. But if you do burn your plant, then the best thing to do is leave it there for 2 or 3 days, and like, they'll take care of all. And the same with diatomaceous earth, right? It could actually hurt the good bugs you want here too, like ladybugs and other predators towards these cucumber beetles. But that's why I said, like, next year, once I get all the plants out this year, I might actually do it right at the beginning of, or the end of the season. As soon as I pull all these things out, they're going right in a fire and getting burnt. All the plants, nothing's staying, no roots, no nothing. It's getting completely burnt to make sure I don't have any infestation next year. I will maybe till up the ground a little bit, come down here with a torch and just torch over the ground to see if I can kill as many eggs as I can. And then next spring is when I'm probably going to put diatomaceous earth down before I plant my plants. And I'm hoping that's going to deal with these cucumber beetles. So yeah, if you got anything out of the video, maybe consider subscribing. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. Let me know how you dealt with cucumber beetles. And smash that bell icon so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And thanks for watching. Oh, and one other thing. I'll keep you guys posted. I'll come back in 2 weeks and let you guys see how my garden is actually doing.